Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this super cool unicorn Valentine's Day card purse that I made for my baby. It was a simple project. I know it doesn't look like it, but it was actually pretty easy. And if you guys are interested on having to see more videos like this, then please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and then also ring that bell so that you get notifications of when I come out with new things for you guys. Now let's go ahead and get into our supplies. So you are going to be needing a poster board, one foam board, felt, glitters, glue gun and glue sticks, ribbon, Elmer's glue, it's an Elmer's glue spray, scissors, and of course a razor blade. And now I did pre-sketch these, I free-handed these. Sorry you guys, I feel like I'm coming down with a cold or something, so my voice is a little off right now. But you want to make sure you cut everything out, and then because you are going to be tracing this onto your felt, and I believe the horn you're going to be tracing it onto the foam board also. So all I did was I grabbed a regular plate and I traced 2 circles. I believe I went down to 2 inches because you want the top part to be flat on both circles. And then here is the horn. I didn't want it to be flimsy or floppy or get all like fall in front of the purse, so I just went ahead and I traced it onto the foam board. And now I just got a cutting board because I didn't want to ruin my desk. And I just started cutting everything out with my razor blade. If you don't have a razor blade, scissors are totally fine, but it is going to be a little hard. So if you can find a razor blade, it'll make your life so much more easier. Okay, and here is my poster board. You're going to be using the poster board for the side of your purse. And I want to say I measured each side. I did 2 of them, 3 inches each. I just figured I'd cut it all the way through. You don't really need one of them to be that long, but I'd rather have more than not enough. So I just went ahead and just cut it the same length as the part that we're going to be using around the purse. Okay, so what I did here is I traced around on my felt. I did leave about ½ an inch around because we are going to be folding the felt over so that it gives you a cleaner finish. So you want to do that with all the pieces that you cut out with your foam and with the, what is that thing called? Poster board. And cut everything out. If you're interested on the big pieces of felt, you can normally find this in the fabric department at Walmart or not Michael's, but Hobby Lobby. And here's the Elmer's glue spray, and this thing, you guys, is amazing. You literally just spray it and then you put it on. And I just kind of rubbed it in a little bit to make sure I didn't have like any areas that were a little bit like a bubble. I just rubbed it right in. And I did that also for the pieces that we're going to be using on the side of the purse. The only thing is that it does get really sticky, but you guys, this Elmer's glue spray is amazing. Don't forget your horn. So here I'm just tracing my ears, my inner part of the ear, my lashes. This was a little tricky because it's hard to see the pen on the black. And then my hearts. I'm going to be needing 3 hearts, 3 red hearts, 3 pink hearts, and then 2 little red hearts. Okay, so once you have all your pieces cut out, you want to set them aside, and you want to start gluing down the edges. So I did the glue right on the edge. That way I don't have to worry about having too much excess glue, and I wanted to pull the fabric or the felt as tight as I could so that I didn't have any lumps or bumps. And I feel like folding it over in like this, once you glue everything together, it gives you like an actual purse look instead of it looking half put together with the felt kind of hanging out to the side. So I just feel like this gives you a cleaner finish. Okay, so I did start off with spraying the top of my first round. I only did one side. You can do both sides if you want with the glitter, and then I set it aside so that way it can dry so that I can start attaching the pieces to it. This is the most fun part. You just get to spray and glitter everything, but of course, like I said, this stuff gets really tacky, really sticky, so it gets all over. And I did do different glitters for the different color felt. You can probably just Google some images and then just draw them out on a piece of paper if you're really good with drawing. If not, you could always try to put a piece of paper over and then try to trace it. Or if you have a Cricut, then I'm pretty sure you could just easily whip something out. Okay, so this is when it's all gonna come together. And I was a little off on my measurements. So I had maybe about a little bit less than ½ an inch that I didn't have enough. But it was fine. I still made it work somehow once I put the lid on, or the top part to it. So what I did, I would do a little section and then I would roll it. I feel like it'd be easier than trying to do it all the way around and then some areas not catching. I wanted to make sure that it was nice and sturdy, because you know how kids are, they kind of just tend to whip things around and be a little bit more careless. So I wanted to make sure that this was nice and reinforced for her. Okay, so I chose red for my ribbon, but you can do whatever color you want. The same thing goes for your felt. You don't have to stick with the colors that I did. I just felt like red and pink are like the most common Valentine's Day colors. But you can also use like, not ribbon, but yarn, like thick yarn or something. I did do a slit on each side because it wasn't gonna fit. And I didn't want to cut off the sides because I wanted to be a nice snug fit. And now my first idea for this was I was going to turn it into like a purse where she can open it and close it herself. But then I kind of thought to myself, you know what? She's a 6-year-old. I'm pretty sure she's not going to want to deal with having to open and close it. And of course, because I am a crafter, sometimes you have a certain image in your head and you feel like it's gonna just be the perfect idea. And then as you start putting it together, sometimes some of it falls apart, but it's okay because then we start brainstorming. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'll make it even easier for her. So I just cut half of it off and I glued it down. That way it leaves her a pretty size hole in order for her to be able to stick big cards, little cards, candy. And then I just started assembling everything together. And this is when I get the most excited, because I know that once all the pieces are together, then I can start gluing them onto the purse. So I didn't go ham on the glitter with the hearts on the bottom because I knew I was going to glue the pink hearts on top, and you don't really want to waste product if you don't have to. Oh, and then here, you guys, I forgot to put it down in the supply list, but I did use pearls. You could use whatever you want. You can also put a dab of glue and then sprinkle glitter over it. If not, you can always just leave the hearts by themselves. And a good tip is lay out your main pieces, because, you know, it gives you a visual of where everything is going to go. If you just start gluing things down, you're going to end up finding out that some pieces do not look good where you place them. So make sure you lay it out, and if you like it, just leave it there, and then when it comes time to glue it down, you'll glue it down right where you want it. As you can see here, I'm laying everything down. I'm loving the way it looks. And then you can leave the leaves flat, or you could do what I did here, where I kind of twisted it over a little bit so it looks like the leaves are kind of like curling in a little bit. See here, I'm loving where the lips were. It took me a good 10 minutes, I'm not gonna lie, to place the lashes exactly where I wanted them. That's why I say make sure you lay it out before you glue it to make sure that's exactly where you want it. What would I do without a glue gun, you guys? Whoever invented the glue gun, thank you. It makes life so much more easier. So this is the purse all done. Just making sure everything's in place. And there's the nice hole for the cards. Okay, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was super fun to do, and honestly, it took me maybe like 2 hours. So that is not bad. But if you guys did love my video, please make sure you give it a 2 thumbs up, and then please leave any comments down below of what you thought of this Valentine's Day project. And if you think about doing this with your kid, please let me know. I always love hearing your guys' stories. And until next time, you guys, I will see you on my next DIY, and don't be a stranger. Oh, is there still more? Okay.